Yeah,
but I've been
well,
there
it's a
twice.
very
But
beautiful city, as you know. It's a Hanseatic city. It actually looks more Dutch than Polish because it was built
yeah,
by Dutch merchants, basically in the 16th century. So, I mean, it looks more like Amsterdam actually
yeah,
than it looks like other Polish cities. But it's very beautiful, and the nearby town of Sopot is
yeah.
wonderful as well. I love that.
And I think there is one more. As far as I remember, they call it the Tree City,
Yeah,
which is Gdansk. Gdynia.
Gdynia,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
which is where Solidarity and Lech Wałęsa came from, and you know that was really the beginning of the end of the Soviet Union. Yeah, so yeah, I like the Poles. I'm a big fan of the Poles. The Poles are very impressive people. Probably the most intellectual people I've come across. That a colossal number of them seem to be formidably educated, and they often have this extremely impressive range of interest. And you find quite ordinary people doing just amazing things. For example, one of the secretaries in the school I worked at played cello in a string quartet, you know, and she was very good. And you know, everyone I seemed to know seemed to be, they were in bands or they were acting or painting or writing, or there was a ferment of cultural activity. The Poles were the best students I ever had.
In your whole life?
In my whole life, I think, yeah. I mean, they worked so hard. You never had any discipline problems. They were extremely intelligent, extremely motivated. I mean, a real joy to teach. I don't think I've ever had such a good experience with any students.
Actually, that resonates with what my sister mentions about students coming from different parts of the world, which is more and more a thing in Portugal. So we have, like, let's say, three different main sources of foreign students. We have the Eastern Europeans, there are Polish, Moldovans, Romanians, and others. Then we have people coming from the Portuguese speaking countries, from colonies, Angola, Mozambique, Brazil, and others. And then we have a new wave coming from India, Bangladesh, Nepal. And your comments really echo what my sister mentions about the Eastern Europeans, the discipline, the fact that they put interest and passion and dedication to the work, the respect, plus the intellect. You know, they have really intelligent, and they care. And I think all together that makes a good student.
Yes, yeah. There was, I mean, I was in Gdansk from, let's see, when was it? It was 1993. So it was not long after the fall of the Berlin Wall. And there was this very exciting sense at the time that the world was opening, you know. I mean, everywhere actually, but especially in those Central European countries, there was a tremendous optimism. Life was still difficult. I mean, Poland was still quite poor at the time, poorer than Portugal it would have been at that time, actually. And people's lives were still quite difficult, but they were very optimistic. There was just a buzz, you know. There was a kind of air of excitement, which was really kind of thrilling in a way. So yeah, I was very impressed with Poland, actually.
So were you finally an attraction in the good sense of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I was waiting for for that moment, after being an oddity in Portugal, at least you were an attraction in the midst of the optimism. So